I can't sleep either. Come, sit down with me. Have a mug. You know, where I grew up, there was no snow. Just miles and miles of desert. Yet I still feel nostalgic for this other world out there at night. Even though I never got to romp around in it as a child, it makes me feel something. I can never remember how to spell desert. I always end up spelling dessert. Then I start thinking of a desert made of ice cream. Yeah, that'd be a treat. Did you know that the earliest forms of ice cream were made in the 600s, the year of our Lord, in the Tang Dynasty, China? The emperors and such would eat this dessert made from yak milk or something. Then it went over to the Middle East and such, and they called it sharabt, which is like sherbet. That's where the word comes from. Now, take everything I say with a grain of salt now, because I ain't no historian. That's just what I get told. Might be wrong, you can never tell these days. The tune, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, entered the public domain on January 1st, 2023. I never knew it was a real song. I thought it was just something my dad said to himself whenever he got the scoop from the bottom drawer, you know. I always find it interesting, coming back to the sharabt thing, when a word enters our language from another, and how it changes. In Persia, nowadays called Iran, they played chess, but they called it shatranj. Now whenever you would win the game, they would say Shah Mat, meaning the king is frozen. That's where we get checkmate. It sort of morphed its way into words that we already knew, you know. People ask me if I can play chess. I don't want to say. I know the rules and all, but whenever someone asks me to play, it's because they're better than me and they know it. I never really got into the complicated stuff. I know it's just patterns and all, but I can't get past the aesthetics of the game to get into the abstractions. I'm too busy imagining my pieces as dashing heroes and elegant royals to even think 2 turns ahead. That's why I prefer Dungeons and Dragons. I can do a Rubik's Cube though. I remember when I first learned how to do it. I was amazed that it doesn't take any actual thought. It's all muscle memory. Because they always have smart people solving Rubik's Cubes. But you could be dumb as a pair of socks like me and still be able to do it. I tried to tell my little sister this, but she kept trying to mess up the cube just enough so that I wouldn't be able to figure it out this time round. Have some more. You know, I always thought I didn't like rap music. No reason for it, just must have been unconscious bias. Well, I can tell you that I was demonstrably wrong. I've been listening to A Tribe Called Quest. They're very good. I love the way they sample a lot of jazz. It gives them a very distinctive sound. Well, I think this has begun my deep dive into the genre, so if you have any recommendations, be sure to let me know. I think it's wise not to restrict yourself as a listener to any kind of genre. Maybe I'm spreading myself a bit thin over these areas of music, but I thoroughly enjoy almost everything I listen to. I've been getting into some older stuff. I would recommend Ravel's String Quartet. It is fantastic. And of course, I try to keep an ear on the ground for more modern things too. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say just then. Oh, look, it's him. I'll be right back. Some people are day people, some people are night people. Clearly, the two of us are night people. Now that category can be subdivided further, I feel. There are those who like to party, and good for them, but I would never spend any more time than is absolutely necessary inside a nightclub. I prefer staying at home with a few good friends, maybe paint some miniatures. All this is to lead to a confession. Have you heard of these things, the Warhammer miniatures? Well, they come in these plastic frames called sprues, and, well, this is embarrassing, but after I glue the miniatures together, I leave the sprues around on my desk. And I found myself, well, chewing on them, absent-mindedly. Is that strange? I don't know. Anyway, I stopped when it started to make me cough. I think I must have swallowed some plastic shavings unintentionally, which is very disconcerting. Hopefully my insides will be okay. Wonder when the sun will rise again.